You're not adding depth. Your pacing in the video is off. It's not aesthetically matching the sound. Your background isn't even congruent with the product, and it's not to the niche's liking. What are you doing? And then exactly why do you wonder why your video's at 200, 300, and even 400 views? This is exactly why I'll be explaining to you how to create depth, add progression, and market research to your niche's liking. Like, comment, subscribe, and with no fluff, let's just get into it. Okay, so matching your visual hook with the caption. This is probably the most important thing. When you're making your creatives, you always start with the caption as the basis of the video. From there, you then give context to what the video is going to be about and what it may end with through your visual hook. That's how you create progression throughout the video, because you gave context in the caption. Then in the visual, you're going to reflect what the caption says, but through the visual, you can change it up, put certain controversial things, just things the audience didn't expect because you did not let that be known in your caption. So it's very crucial that you add that element. Show a good and bad example of somebody using a good visual hook and matching the caption and having some type of progression motion in the video, and a bad one. The caption is, please make a gay one. You see James Charles, and pretty much his visual hook is matching that. Okay, he asked for him to make one, and now he's making one. What is he making though? That's where the progression lies in. It inflicts curiosity into the viewer to want to see what is he making, and that becomes suspenseful, especially if you pay attention to the sound, how it keeps rising and rising and rising. It's progressing the video. It's inflicting more curiosity in the video, and you see the product, or more so what he's making, is going through phases. It's going through stages of it being made. It started with him shaving something, and then it became like a bull, and then it became something else. So the visual hook is progressing into something, but we don't know what it is. So that's what we want to figure out. That's how he's inflicting progression within the video. He's doing something that we did not expect, and it's leading up to something, a drop off at the end, which is the make one that he emphasized in the caption. Now I'm going to show a bad example of a video that lacked progression, controversy, and didn't really match the visual with the caption. So if you watch this video, you pretty much seen the aesthetic and the visual was off. It was a lot of shade. It's a purse. Why are they playing with the strap of a purse? They should be putting things into the purse very aesthetically, because that's what the niche likes, and that's the main basis of the product. Don't get me wrong, it's a visual product, but it's more so about what it can carry, because it's a Stanley purse. So pretty much what they lacked in this video was a lot of progression. You've seen in the caption, why don't you carry a backpack? And then it says me, but you see her playing with the strap. You see her kind of going down the strap. That's not really aesthetical, nor creating some type of movement nor progression throughout the video that leads up to showing the product, the wow factor of the product. Like I said, she should have been putting things inside of the bag, and then she could have put some type of controversy like some alcohol or something to create more engagement, to hook the audience within the body of the video, but she failed to do that. Also, if you see her aesthetic, she's outside. Your consumer will never use this product outside. I would have had a girly background because the bag's pink, so I would have had something that was pink in the background just to match the vibe of the niche, what the niche likes. Also, shade is killing it, killing the product. Okay, so the next thing we need to go over is avoiding shade in your videos. Okay, shade is the biggest killer when it comes to natural aesthetic products that are based on a visual wow factor. So like canvases, mugs, the crochet flower, those products are based on just the visual. Okay, nobody's buying that product outside of that visual factor of it. So if you mess it up and put shade in your visual, it's just messing up the aesthetic of the whole product. So it's not gonna make it as appealing and as conceiving for me to wanna buy it. Okay, so first I'm gonna show an example of a bad video, and then I'm gonna show an example of a good video.
Pretty little baby, you say that maybe you'll be thinking of me and try to love me, pretty little baby.
So obviously, if you look at the bad example, first off, their background wasn't really conveying nor aesthetic to the niche, but if you look at it, it's just shade, it's shade underneath the product, it's just shade all around, and the product doesn't really look as enhanced, or the quality of it doesn't look as refining. Personally, I would have went into CapCut, turned up sharpness, played with the adjustments. If you know, you know. but that just makes the wow factor and visual appeal way more appealing, more conceiving to me to actually like it. With him having the shade underneath his hands and just all over the place, it just kind of dimmed down the aesthetic and quality of the product. Now I'm gonna play a good example that has completely no shade and the right background at that. Because this is a crochet flower coaster, you have to think of where is your audience and your demographic essentially gonna use this product. For me, I personally said on a porch outside with a natural aesthetic background, which is just like trees, grass, nature, the sun blooming in, when they get up to drink their morning coffee or TV sunset. Here it is all. Slowly let it go. So yes, if you look at this video, first off, I want you to take note. Look at the product. Look how red the flower actually looks on the product, the rose, essentially. It looks very blooming. It looks very just revealing and it's popping. It looks very appealing and it looks very satisfying, okay? You see with their background, like I said, on the porch or just in a sunroom, just in an environment where it kind of reflects outside. On this video, they're not outside in nature, but they are, it looks like in a sunroom. They have one of those tables you put outside, essentially where your consumer would actually sip their coffee at, their tea at. So it just creates more of a relatable factor of where your target audience would sip their coffee. You're matching that aesthetic of what they would do. So it creates more of a relatable factor. They can see it through the lens of themselves by watching this video. Because hey, I know I go in my sunroom and drink coffee in the morning. If you see, there's no shade in the video, there's no shade around, underneath them. So it just creates more of an appealing aesthetic. It very much helps with the visual appealing product. So make sure you watch. There must be no shade in the video. Okay, very last but not least, video pacing. So I want y'all to understand this. A lot of people don't match their sound with their visual. So when you transition to your next clip, it should transition when the beat drops. It could be a little beat, it could be a high beat, but it needs to transition because that's creating a pacing, okay? A pacing is creating an aesthetic and a flow for me to actually want to watch it. It's gonna actually seem more appealing to the naked eye. People do not do this. This is not a key factor because I've personally gone viral with not doing this. People have gone viral without doing this, but when you do it, you're gonna see more of an aesthetic pace. So here, I'm gonna play a good video and I want y'all to pay attention to the beat and how every clip is transitioning with the beat. Is creating like a wave, like a flow. If you've seen the video, you pretty much understand it was a very aesthetical sound that niche likes. And every time that beat dropped, because it wasn't going super fast nor slow, it was like a medium pace beat that was just flowing, had own aesthetic. Every time the beat dropped, new clip, new clip, new clip. And the pacing of it was very congruent. So it just created more of an appeal for me to actually want to watch the video. It was a banger product. That's actually the first product I ever made my first 10K with. Now I'm going to show y'all a bad video that did not have any type of pacing. Seen nothing was on beat until the end when he was showing off the product. That's how most people do it, but I want y'all to understand, make sure your hook, body, and ending are all congruent in one. Make sure it's an aesthetic flow throughout the whole video, okay? It's just gonna make me want to tune in and watch the video more. You're gonna hook me, you're gonna have me more engaged with the appeal. So I want y'all to see, this video obviously did not blow up, but it was just kind of all over the place. He was just transitioning to the next clip, off beat, then on beat, and it just, there was no type of flow in the video whatsoever. Pretty much those are some key essential factors to going viral in organic drop shipping and just content creation as a whole. I want y'all to take key notes of this. Make sure y'all write everything down. Take this in because this is valuable sauce which can help enhance your videos and take your latest outlier to maybe 200K, 300K, or 1 million view video, okay? I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna start this channel, start posting consistently, and I'm gonna be giving out engaging sauce from a personal mentor that I have who has done 7 figures so far in organic dropshipping, okay?